This DriveWorksXpress how-to video will show you how to create a numeric text box control for your input form. If you are not already within the DriveWorksXpress form designer, click the Form button in the DriveWorksXpress task pane. Here you can create controls to place on your form. Click Add to create a form input. You will need to name your control input accordingly. Let's call this control Height, which will allow a height for the shelving unit assembly to be entered on the form. Next, select Numeric Text Box for the control type. To enforce a value to be input, check the Required checkbox. You will also need to define minimum and maximum values for the shelving unit. This is done using the minimum and maximum value enforcers. Input 800 for the minimum height and 2000 as the maximum height. This ensures that only values between 800 and 2000 are allowed to be entered into the form. Click Next to go back to the Form Designer Summary page. On this page, you should now be able to see your height control. Now let's add another control type. This time, let's call the control Width. Select Numeric Text Box as the control type. Select the Required checkbox, and then input maximum and minimum values. And then click Next. Do the same thing so that a user can specify the depth of the shelving unit assembly. Click Add. Type Depth into the name text box. Select Numeric Text Box as the control type. Select the Required checkbox, and then input maximum and minimum values. Click Next. You can now create rules which will drive the dimensions that you captured earlier in your project according to the specifications inputted into these numeric text box controls. To find out more about dimension rules, watch the DriveWorksXpress how-to video on dimension rules. To find out about other form control types, watch the other Creating a Form DriveWorksXpress how-to videos. All of these videos are available from the DriveWorksXpress website, www.driveworksexpress.com.